Hello, Di here from Timeslip Softworks. Welcome to the 10th development video for Vigilantes, in which I'll show you what I've been working on since the last update, and I'm also going to play through the second mission of the upcoming alpha. Recently I've been doing some image editing for the items in the game. There are about 60 of these, and that took a couple of days to get them looking better. I've also worked on reducing the amount of clipping that happens between 3D models in the environment. It's kind of a difficult thing to... I've probably spent around 3 weeks in this so far, and I noticed recently that some of the knockout animations were clipping with the environment, putting the character through things like buildings, so I've added an additional logic to prevent that from happening. I've also improved the functionality of the inventory, so for cases where there are 2 or more playable characters, you needed to be able to do things like, one character to drop an item and another character to pick it up, and to switch between the different inventories, and that has been done now. And I've also reduced the number of stat points available at the start for both players and gang members, and the reason for this is that, as it stood, going to higher levels, players would have been effectively able to get good at everything. And I think it's better to have to make hard decisions on the direction which a character should develop in. And moving on to the actual second mission of the game, I'm just going to click through the dialogue. It's worth noting that this is one of the kind of darker or grimmer encounters in the game, and I was kind of, for that reason, I was sort of in 2 minds about whether to include it in the alpha. Effectively what's happened, this character has been lured into a ambush, and you have come on the scene and you've been tangled up in things too. These are the enemies. They're called the Survivalists. They're kind of like a more paramilitary organisation than a straight up gang, and they're individually the toughest characters, toughest enemy characters. Now these are low level survivalists, but so you basically have to fend these guys off. Now you might notice that I'm not running out to meet them in combat. I'm just going to do a heal here. The reason for that is they're very good at ranged combat, and there's more of them, and their weapons, they have a similar range of weapons that I do, so I'm going to try and lure them into an ambush by waiting at the corner here. Hopefully try and take 1 or 2 of them out pretty quickly and even up the numerical difference. Now I can take a shot at this one here. If you look at the bottom left of the screen, you'll notice it's 4 AP in X1. That's cost 4 action points, and it's a single shot. I can change this to a normal shot from that was a snapshot, and it's an extra AP, but it gives an extra 10% chance to hit. So I'll go ahead for that, and that didn't work, and I'm going to have to skip this character's. Okay, pardon me. The main character is better at hand-to-hand combat, so I'm just going to use him to attack and hopefully take more of the damage than this other character, Elena Fury. Now you notice she's got a rather nasty looking SMG there, so she's going to be the main the main damage dealer in this case. So as you can see, she's done a lot of damage there. Okay, so I'll try and take that guy out, and work on this character next. I think the random number god's being a little kind to me here. she's just healed. This character's in full cover here, so he has a pretty good protection from characters shooting, and the further they come in this direction around the cover, the lower that bonus will be. And 2 misses there. And that's another one of them. I kind of get the feeling these guys are just going to stand their ground and just keep shooting at me here. So I'm going to have to run out and attack them. Actually, I'll just... let's see. Yeah, I can move here and use this weapon, so this will give me kind of a measure of cover, and it'll let me get a shot at one of them, which I missed. I've actually noticed this flickering here. I don't know what that is. It just seems to have, I don't know, I've updated the version of Unity recently. Perhaps that's got something to do with it. And I think I'll just advance this character. It's not the best cover. She's kind of vulnerable from this guy, but I think I need to get closer to have a reasonable chance to hit here. As you can see, they're landing a good few shots now. So I think I want to get closer and move in for hand to hand. And let's see, I should have, well, same chance to hit, so. So it's not a great chance to hit, but I have 3 shots and 1 is enough. And I'll just close in and should be able to wrap it up pretty soon. I noticed your skill in close combat has increased. That is the way skill gain works in this game. It's not an XP system. Skills increase through use, and a certain number of skill gains will net you an extra level. Now I had no ammo left, so I just figured I'd just close the rest of the distance and reload rather than trying to do anything else. And this should be it, I would say. So that's that mission completed. It didn't quite pan out as I would have liked to kind of maybe stick around the corner a bit longer, but it worked out okay. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video, and I know I've been saying this for a while, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, alpha being 2 weeks. I'm working on it pretty much as I can, and I don't think it's all that far away, so stay tuned and hopefully I'll have something for you to play over the coming weeks. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you later.